okay, Nintendo, we will not do any tournaments anymore. Nintendo has been very guarded with
Yeah, they
all of their
hate them.
properties. Like if you're using their stuff, they have a very traditionally Japanese way of thinking, right? And that this is theirs. If you're using it to make any sort of money, that's bad, right? They own this property, and they haven't necessarily adjusted to modern day, right? The idea that this is the internet and promotion is a great thing, and having people go out and play is a great thing. But they've released some new tournament guidelines, which are, like I said, insane when you think about it. And the long and short of it is they have put a cap on the number of people who can participate in these things. You're not allowed. So I'll just some of the highlights here. Community tournaments may not, quote, generate commercial revenue except as permitted by these guidelines. You have to have a cap of 200 participants in person or 300 online. Organizers can't receive any. You can't make any money from third-party sponsors. You can't sell food or beverage or merchandise from these things. The prize can't exceed $5,000. There are no spectator fees for online tournaments. Organizers must publicly disclose all accounting related to the cost of hosting the event promptly. So what does this even mean? Like they're saying you have to make your books public on all
Yeah.
this, right? And I think that there was another guideline. If you look on their actual website, which I have pulled up over here, you can't charge more than $15 a head to compete in your tournament, which is right here, the equivalent of $15 per person. So they put this down, which really, really, really puts the clamps on pretty much every major tournament, including Evo, including you mentioned Hungry Box doing his tournaments. Really, anybody doing a tournament, right? Like a decade ago, $5,000 was a big pot. Now that's pocket change in the world of esports. So them doing this this is going to primarily affect their main esports games, which are Smash, to a lesser extent Splatoon, right? But mainly Smash. So, Flawed, your thoughts?
That's crazy. That's like just what companies in power do. They just want to monopolize everything. I like what is their reasoning? I don't get what their reasoning for that is. Doesn't it just help to do tournaments and things like that? It would help with exposure, but I guess they don't need it.
It just feels like a licensing reasoning, just control.
Licensing.
Yeah.
Right.
So do they
And I
give
think
people the
that's the one
opportunity
thing
to
that,
buy licenses to do that? Like, can you buy a license for a tournament?
see, that's a great
See,
question.
that's where it gets
And
crazy.
right. And I believe you can license the properties, right? And I'm sure it comes with a hefty licensing fee
Yeah,
because
not worth it.
Nintendo's out to make money for Nintendo, which, like that's the thing about this. As somebody who loves Nintendo, it also pains me to see them living in 1985 when it comes to these business decisions. Because when you see what the internet has done, it's made games insanely popular that never had the opportunity to be popular. You think of
Yeah,
games that they were like streaming is the best advertising for any video game ever, right?
yep.
And having these events, these grassroots events, whether you're giving away $5,000, $10,000, and people are making a few bucks off these tournaments, like it's really asinine to think that the way they're thinking here, and this just reeks of a decision put down by Japan, somebody getting it in the United States and being like, what the hell are they doing? I guarantee at Nintendo of America, when they received this memo about this, they were like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And I think this is just the cultural differences attached to these these two different arms of the company, and it's crazy. Flaw, do you ever competed in a tournament like this?
Nah, I suck at every game, literally every game. So tournaments aren't really. I could win in some of these games, but I could never. I'm not tournament level ever. So it's not really that big of a deal to me,
Right.
but it is because it's just like it just seems like an overreach where people just want to have fun and play your game. Like, calm down. That's crazy to me. You hate like it's a rapper. If I put on music and people want to like play it at a club and record it, that helps me. Like because more people are hearing it. You don't know like who's in the audience. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how it's gonna affect it could grow you. Like you just said, Among Us was nothing. Independent game blew up. Everyone was playing it just because of streaming. So it's crazy to me. It feels like they just hate creators. I remember back in the day, they were like copyright striking mad people on YouTube that were just like talking about their games. So this isn't like surprising, but it's ridiculous.
Like there will be ways to work around this that I guess Nintendo can throw these things down and throw these ideas down, but who's really going to look bad when Nintendo tries to enforce these things? It's going to be Nintendo. Nintendo's going to be the one who's going to look bad because all these, like at the end of the day, you know, we had Magic Moonshot on yesterday, right? Magic Moonshot, and she was like, you know, she wanted to hold this tournament for women, and people at Halo like, games are for everybody. Well, it's like, yeah, okay, if games are for everybody, then we shouldn't be doing shit like this, right? Yeah. Like the idea of clamping down on local events that
do what they want. Like if
they're not going to make any money anyways.
Let it happen.
They're not going to make any money anyways. Like these are small tournaments. It's not like these guys are rolling in cash, you know, to produce these. A lot of these events and these tournaments are built around their grassroots. Hey, you know, it'd be fun. Let's see who's the best. And they hold these tournaments, and it's crazy to think of kind of what they're doing here. So
they do that with Warner Brothers too. If you hold some type of like Harry Potter party and you like advertise it like at a library or something, Warner Brothers has come in and shut you down. They'll be like, you have to cease and desist. You can't do this. Which makes no sense because you're not making money off of this. You're just having fun celebrating the IP. You should, like, just like Nintendo, you should be wanting people to do this because it just spreads awareness of your company and your game.
I was listening a little bit while I was making my way over here. What can they do about it? Like, what are they going to do? Sue you?
Sue you?
Like,
if it's a big company,
legally? Like, if
you're
a private
Evo,
citizen,
they probably will.
You know,
right?
Like, and gamers got started by doing that, right? They had tournaments like LAN tournaments with Xboxes in a freaking, you know, not a warehouse, but like a community center vibe, you know. And it's like that's cool. Like why? And I think Craig, you're absolutely right. Like streaming and creators doing this is huge for the game itself. It boosts the game. Like, why is Nintendo? I just don't understand. I think it's insane.
Well, it is a stupid ass decision, but at the same time, like once again, what are they going to do? Let's say they show up at your tournament and they say cease and desist, and they give you a cease and desist, and you say, hey, roll it up. Roll it up there. You get that piece of paper, and you're like, hey, what do you think of this?
Thank you for that.
What are you going to do? They're going to turn around. They're going to walk home, and then what are they going to do? They're going to sue you, right? They're going to sue you. So at what point does it become counterproductive for them?
Yeah,
like probably
they
within
can't sue everyone.
Like 3 hours of them, like between their super expensive lawyers, right? Between the legal team that is probably 7 people deep. They're all paying $300 to $500 an hour, right? And what do you want to gain? Let's say they sue you for $50,000. They're like, nah, you can't have those tournaments anymore, right? At the worst case scenario is people bend the knee and they're like, okay, Nintendo, we will not do any tournaments anymore because you came in and you said no. And the best case scenario is everyone says, fuck you, we're going to do these Nintendos. And they rise up and they say, no, we're going to do these things. And you can't do anything about it. And you know what? They will bend the knee because they're the ones who are going to look like shit. I love Nintendo, but this is dumb as shit. Stupid.
I say fuck Nintendo.
Okay, sounds good. I do not say fuck.
That sounds like a lot of fucking, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot.
The Asians
right,
are
there
cool,
you go.
So.
But what do you think about this? Leave us a comment down below. We read every single one of them. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button because you have found your home for common sense in the gaming and entertainment worlds.